jotter, a kind of a magazine that will get to people, that will have to like kind of empower some group of people to enable shares this, distributes allowance every week or every two weeks to people like marketplaces. It will be translated in Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo.
And it goes on. We can even make it like a newsletter that will capture all that happened that week.
Yes, sir.
And explain to them how it's directly connected to them and why.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because this your program. Majority of your of your supporter in this program.
Yes, sir.
This we that are in diaspora, we have the advantage of getting all the information in full. But unfortunately, people that
I am with you, sir, please. Oh, I think I might have lost him there. We seems to be having problem with that connection anyway. So yeah, I like the idea of us breaking this down and then getting them, translated into different sort of subtitled language, which can be at the same time a full-time job. I can put people on, I know it's a very sort of time-consuming one, but I know I have put people on monthly salaries of over 100 grand, okay, in the past 2 years alone, where they have been on their own time, just, getting content that reports directly happenings, from every part of Nigeria. And I have to give it up for Ahmed, that's Ahmed Buhari. Ahmed Buhari, right? He's a very good guy that has been very, very consistent. And I actually encourage us to please, if you are watching Mayegun's Diary Political from the Diaspora, take your time to always visit the Diaspora Radio International on YouTube. We need you to see what they are reporting. There are people who are actually paid to do that kind of job. So now that we see a lot of us who are interested in expanding it enough that it is easily accessible and easily sort of understandable too. So I'm buying that idea and I'm going to work on it. Thank you very much for that. Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, hello, ma.
Good afternoon. My name is Stella. I'm calling from Minnesota, USA.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, Lady Stella from Minnesota, USA. Is that right, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Great. So it's a pleasure to have you on tonight, and everybody can hear you, ma'am. Please.
It's a pleasure. You are a prophet of our time.
Oh, thank
the
you.
work you're doing for Nigeria will not be in vain.
Amen. Oh.
God is seeing it, and one day, something good will come to Nigeria.
Amen.
What I have to say is, this exposure is happening so that anybody that is doubting will know. The whole world, the thing has come to 360 degrees. Anybody that is denying what is happening will see it.
That's right.
Now that it has connected to international, even if Nigerians are unable to do anything, Nigeria is getting to North Korea, Russia, and China. That's what Nigeria is getting to. So the people are being clamped down. They cannot talk. They cannot do anything. But internationally, our eyes are open. The whole world is saying it. It's a pariah. Nigeria has become a thing of shame. So continue what you're doing. We are all supporting you. And by the grace of God, you create an avenue where we make a greater support.
I know.
We can only save Nigeria from diaspora.
God bless
the
you.
People at home, they are blind.
Yes.
They are deaf. They cannot see. The only way, I don't blame them for the most part, because this is the plan to make them to be where they are.
Exactly.
So it's only us that will continue to open their eyes. We just have to continue doing the good work.
We have to.
Continue to do the good work.
Thank
I know you believe in a God, and that God will
I
continue to protect you,
Amen.
and nothing will happen to you.
Thank you so much.
And we're all praying.
God bless you.
One day, Nigeria will be delivered.
They will push back, and
you.
indeed, they will change the course of their own destiny. I strongly believe that too, ma'am. And thank you so much for this, okay?
Thank you for what you're doing. I watch you every day. You are like a tranquilizer for me.
Oh, bless you. I like that. I mean, it's worth it when people say it's like, I could sit down and listen to you like every day. That means I'm doing something worthwhile, man. So thank you for that, okay? Thanks a lot, man. So that's our lady there from Minnesota in United States, and we have everyone around like that. Now, let me tell you what this does, which I have kind of figured out myself, okay? You see, it is not news that people know how that Nigeria is messed up, and the guys in charge of this Nigeria with this day and time, information access and all of that, a lot of people know that Nigeria is messed up. But however, a lot of people don't know how messed up Nigeria is until they started paying attention. And for somebody like myself that made a lot of people to pay attention, that is the job. You get people interested. You get them to pay attention. They will begin to look beyond their own comfort and say, well, if it's not happening to me, probably it is not happening. A lot of us who discuss about Nigeria and what is happening in Nigeria today do not have a direct effect, or should I say what is happening in Nigeria has no direct effect on all of us. Like my caller said, I haven't lost my family to what do you call it, to this cold dam of Madras, Nigeria. But my family has been kidnapped. We have paid ransom. We have been put to that state of trauma where you are not sure what will happen to them, even after paying them the ransom. So I have been there. But through my Egun's Diary Political, a lot of people have been able to pay attention more and demanding that something needs to be done. Now, before, people are demanding something must be done. Now, what people are now saying now is that who is going to do it if not us? So people are beginning to build that kind of, interest to the point that they believe they have to do something. So we are getting there. From the time when people know nobody is interested, and they will just tell you, well, it's not new. Everything to them is that it's not new. But people are beginning to show interest, and they are beginning to demand a change. And they are demanding for that as everything gets deteriorating, as everything keeps deteriorating. People are seeing that and they can tell where this is headed. They know it's not going to end well. And the result of that is it's not going to be limited to those who took us or who are taking us to this place, right? So that's why platforms like this are so valuable. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot put a particular money value on what this platform does in the minds of the people. Look at it today. A lot of people who are watching me right now are watching from their comfort zones, their comfort homes from all over the world. And so many of you are watching me from Nigeria. You are comfortable enough to sit back there and put on my show that runs for hours because you know that you are not going to waste your time. You know you are going to leave this program with a sort of a renewed vigor, something that tells you that one, if you don't get yourself mentally ready to do something, then nothing is going to change. And that is the job of people, platforms like this, preparing you mentally, letting you know that the danger hasn't touched you doesn't mean that you are safe from it, that you are still free right now, you are agile, you are healthy, you are walking and all of that. We can use that to save ourselves, because the day you fall victims, it's going to be -1. And we need that your free mind before it is completely it's going to be -1 and crushed. We need that. So I love this platform myself. I love my Egun's Diary Political. You have no idea. Hello there.
Mumamuna Sanka. So say we love you. So say.
So say
very much.
So
Muna Sonka.
Don't they confuse me like that, man. Let's start from the beginning. We'll start from Nakwana.
Lafia kalau kananan lafia.
Lafia ko lafia mata kalau
mata kalau yara kalau kowa da kowa kalau.
Alhamdulillah madala.
Yaya
aiki. Yaya
aiki lafiya kalau yaya naka aiki.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Yawwa. Kai.
Yes.
Naji daɗi.
How you doing, Baba?
Why you? Oh boy, see as they talk like say.
And that's why I said no, they rush me like that. If they bring new ones, I could just be like, so we take a small like that, I could follow.
No,
I say,
my
when you
God, I
introduce new one,
wish.
I'll cram that. I'll
My
wait for
God,
next time to
my
use it.
God,
How you doing, Baba?
my God, I wish you understand Hausa.
I
I
wish
tell you, you
to.
see what that person said, that if this broadcast can be like, spoken,
Yeah,
like
imagine if I am fluent
put
in all of
out
those
there.
languages. Eh?
If to say
I could just be
now you be
like,
the real Wazobia. If to say
and
now
I
you
can
be
be,
real Wazobia.
Ahmed, that can be,
My
I
God,
just need people to
my
say,
God.
I will teach you, and I will teach you for 6 months, and you can be communicative with it. And I'll go with
Walai,
it.
my God. If you want basics,
I'm going to
I
work
feel
on it.
teach you. I feel put that time, teach you the basics. So if you say
Sure,
you
you
could just dey
get.
throw them once
So that I
in a
can
while, you could just dey put
communicate all
them
this my
inside.
thoughts. I
So you
can
can
drop
just,
them in
of
Hausa, drop them,
course,
all those stuff.
of
Oh my
course,
God, it would have been
because
great, man.
it will really go a
I know,
long
I
way.
know,
It will really go a long way.
I know.
Because no be say na the Yoruba people alone, even the Hausas,
A
they
lot of
also
northerners are
in
here as
short,
well.
na them cry pass. But lack of say to see someone that will come out, they are still in that kind of that box. Say politician, one day one person will come out from their side and he
Just
will do
save all
something. He
of
will do the right
us.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And another belief be say God, I in Allah da baza su gama lafiya ba, meaning by the grace of God, war ni kure,
Sure,
baza su
get.
gama lafiya ba, na just the war ni kure, baza su gama lafiya ba. You understand?
Yeah.
So all those kind of things now still waiting, they still they believe say maybe they pray for your leader. You go to your mosque, pray for your leader. When you go to not be only churches, when you go to
Everywhere now.
mosque for northern part of Nigeria, you will see houses like mostly you will see all these politicians on Fridays if they come to the mosque in front of the congregation. Now them that they give space in front.
Now.
They don't understand. Say there is no way you feel. They don't understand. Say the real thief wey be say them that they preach about na them dey their front.
Sure, you get.
And they always talk, there is something they always talk about, say I musulunci ya hana a zagi shugaba, meaning Islam forbids you to insult your leaders. But you know what, I'm so happy there are a lot of them that before the election we have had a lot of conversation, and I told them same thing you tell people. I tell a lot of them, a lot, no be one, no be two, a lot of people I communicate with. I say, you know what, this thing that is happening, it will triple after Buhari is gone. It will triple. Tinubu is the same language as me, Abi, and you guys know obviously I should like him, Abi. But it's not that I don't. It's not the only one I don't like. I don't like.
I don't hate these guys, but what they do is
what they
enough
do
for me never ever
for you to hate them.
Ahmed.
Yeah. I told them, I said, look, someone literally said, he said, why can't you support Israel? I said, would you just shut up? Supporting him, what has that, or what will that change for me? It can't change nothing. It can only add to my own pressure.
It can only.
To people, I'll say, oh, I'm reaching out to it will only add pressure to me. So it can't change anything. And I told her, I say, it will only triple. But watch. Yesterday, I was talking to one supporter of APC, as in now chronic supporter of APC and Tinubu. We be saying, say, they part of people where they tell me, say, I just say, I call this guy, I don't tell where I even call him. Me, I ain't call enter phone. He can't say, waiting I talk. Now true, it's just there. I say, not be say na vision. No. If you look at what is going on with what we have seen, I tell them, I say, with waiting we don't experience abroad, we don't see as government they run. We don't already project and say nothing good fee come out. So no be say with the see vision, not just projection and open-mindedness. You get people will say that they live abroad, but their minds are not open. Their minds are not open to tell people the real fact, like this is what's happening. because they are hoping one day they will want to go back there and go and contest for a certain seat so that they will not pop up one of their things they have said bad about the country. Someone literally told me that, hey, you are talking about if you come look, I said, you come look for a position. I said, with you and your position, now God, now you go punish now. I don't need any position.
I mean, see, Baba,
I don't need.
State, when I started exposing these people, right? Because of my knowledge of the politics, okay? Now, you see some of these social media cretins, those who are aspiring to be spokesperson for these criminals in different aspects of their lives, okay? So they will come to my platform then, and they will say, we are waiting for you in Ogun State. We know that one day you are going to come back here and say you want to come and contest for something. We will remind you that you abused all of our leaders. You insulted all of the leaders here. And we will show you. I said, oh, person where they hear them now, go to say they are something, Ahmed. That's what I told them. I said,
there will be anything.
Say, with 10 pounds sterling, una
don't
change
finish
all of the word of una mouth. Una no even get any spine to make decision for yourselves. You see, the same leaders you said that they abuse, now them go come tell you, say, go and work for him. But you will shamelessly too. You go they fight for me. That's why I say I don't abuse you and your leaders. I said I know you very well. And I have no plan of coming back there to come and massage the egos of your criminals. And I've said it many times. If you see me put up posters,
why not?
It's my turn to come and chop your money. I'm not coming to help you.
Of course.
It's as simple as that.
Of course.
They said they will tell you they are waiting for you. They know say one day you go come back and say you want to contest. So that they can remind you, say, you they talk about Nigeria at that time. You abuse their leader at that time. Shameless.
I told them, I said, look, I said, you see, if you ever see me say I won't come look for anything, make you just know, say, Walai na still I won't come. Just get out your mind, say I won't come collect my own share. Don't think say I won't come do anything. I won't come collect my own share.
You get, I love you.
Make you just get out for mind. Just get out for mind. Even I say, even my papa today, if he enter politics, as open as my heart been as I did, so I go tell you, say, see, you see that my papa you see. Walai na still wants your money.
Because Ahmed, you should tell them, see, Ahmed, you should tell them that don't say because you are a thief. Not because your papa is greedy. The system is built that all it requires is just for you to be in that position. Naturally, the looting will be coming to you. It's not you, and you can't change it.
Of course, no.
A system that is put in place to be rigged. And you are just there. They say, "Okay, sign here. Okay, please sign here." Say, why? They say, because you know, you all the directors of this ministry, they have to sign for Kiniko. Sign. This is 300 million naira. What is it for? It is for your welcome package, Oga. Please sign it so that accountants can easily read. You'll be like, 300 million because they appointed me as a director of this place.
You suppose don't know, say that money may be you now your own share you the cost.
Share you get. So nobody is coming to save Nigeria. This current one needs to crash. Ahmed.
Nobody is saving you. Nobody is saving you. My even they will learn. Gradually. Like very dark mind say they will learn and they will learn the hard way.
They are already learning.
Yeah, they will learn the hard way.
You have a good one, Ahmed. Okay.
Allow another person. All right,
yeah. So I'm going to have Ahmed as one of those who are going to teach me how to speak Hausa. Is communicating that. I know I have a lot of my Igbo friends who are going to teach me Igbo, but I just need to put up a program that is going to set them in motion so that one day I can come here and proud and say yes and greet all of you in your language. Sir.
I no go teach you Igbo. I got my coach Igbo. One name, I no go teach you Igbo.
One name, you go teach me. When the time comes, like gradually, yeah? Because you see the Igbos where they teach me. Now, Igbos will say, for me to just fire back at anybody where they say something where I don't understand. And they are not good when I read their meaning. You will teach me. A lot of you will.
If I teach you, you go finish, you go take and finish Igbo people.
Yeah,
you know, because they
finish those who needed to be finished.
They do nonsense too much. So, they do nonsense too much, and you know if you stand their nonsense, so you go take and finish them. You go gabadize them.
But wait, you know how you go to feel, right? If I the fire, when I'm talking about this Igbo, full and all these criminals, right? And I'm like, listen, and I'm like, I started firing them in Igbo. Do you know how proud you're going to be sitting down there like, oh my God, like, then you'll be telling people that if people know the real meaning of waiting Mayegun they talk, English no fit interpret them fully. You know, say some Igbos, English no fit interpret them fully.
Of course, of course, of
and
course.
I'm going to make
of
this
course.
a go now. I'm going to actually learn it. It's actually time now.
Oh, one name. How is your family? We are fine. And your family?
Well, we are here. Oh, we thank God. Though we are still surviving. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Once again, is retired naval captain Ogunofo calling you, the man that makes them cry. Remember?
I do. Baba, how you doing? I mean, I remember now very well. How is it?
I'm fine.
So you've been at the background, just watching and following and observing, and you choose to say something.
Of course, I can't miss any Mayegun's program.
Yes.
I can't. It makes my day.
God bless.
After the whole hard day hustle and bustling, I end up my day with listening to you.
God bless you.
I heard that.
Thanks a lot.
I cannot. I just can't miss Mayegun. No, now it's my tonic.
It's
my tonic.
Now, sure you know. Because everyday things happen in Nigeria. People just read them as news. We don't want people to read Nigeria as news, because every news you read about Nigeria, life is involved. Sir,
Mayegun, I call your program the realistic city, the realistic time.
God bless you.
So what I want to say today is I want to remind my people about my this thing I told them last time. I said nothing will happen. Remember, I said nothing will happen. Forget about all the whole initial grad. I tell you, say nothing will happen. Nigerians still go do. They don't they so weak that all their nerves, all their bones don't they broken. These politicians hold them for pocket. They hold their number. Nothing will happen. Even the Supreme Court when they go, I go still talk them again. Nothing will happen. Make them hear my voice as they talk.
And
forget about the one
they annoy them. That's why they are always like, you know, they make them.
I will took them pin, make them understand. Say it's time for them to rise up. So now I begin to agree with what Showore. I know they agree with Showore before, but now I begin to agree with what he talk some 2 or 3 years back. This is time for revolution. Ecclesiastes 3 say there is time for everything. Time to born and time to old and time to die. Time to live. Time to smile and time to cry. This is time for revolution. It don't reach. If then anybody will say revolution never reach now, I be saying nothing for them because there's no way out. It's two things. It's either Nigeria will have a revolution or the military will take over. These are the two things that can save that country.
For months now, you've never really changed them, but they're like playing out one after the other. The last part that we are waiting for that is still holding people down is the Supreme Court, you said, but that is also looking like
nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
Nothing.
Why I go take my position? I was in the system.
So you have not been convinced enough to feel like something could spark up anytime. No, not this.
My go. I work for that country under naval police, secret service. In that, I was one of the Abacha boys. And you see that your DSS, I know what thing they happen there. I did the system. I know what Nigeria is all about. I can tell you what the population, how they feel, how they think. Nothing will happen.
Only to see now. I ask you this one, no, because now advice I won't ask you, no be question, no. Sure, you get now advice, so.
Go ahead.
You are somebody who has somehow like you've managed to screen the whole process due to the available information, and then you have also screened it that there is nothing strong enough that will actually push Nigerians to sort of a fight back. Now, let's say things goes that way. There must also be something that you know that people are yet to sort of get to a stage that you will say, if they get to this stage, now I can change my statement that something is going to happen. Do you have that at all? Like in this whole assessment and all of that, do you think, apart from the fact that it's not looking good, right? But you want it to happen. Do you think there is any spot where Nigeria will be pushed to that you yourself will be like, you know what, except when we get to that stage, then something will happen? Anything at all?
When that time will be when it gets to the stage of the last man on the periphery, because the corruption don't water down, reach to that the same last man with the periphery. Leave all this one, all of them where they shout, all of the common citizens for Nigeria, they corrupt.
I know. And that's why
it's not about
they enable it.
If the common men no they as corrupt as the ones on top, now those common men go bring down the ones on top. But the truth is that the corruption don't water down, reach the last man down. So now make I tell you, say nothing will happen. That's the reason why when if anyone will enter, they get a good my thief and your thief according to you.
And now my thief is better than your own thief. My oppressor is better than your own oppressor.
Thank you. Why would there be groups of different thieves?
Because some thieves, some people believe say their own thief get now Nigeria they say thief they be God fearing. I say I know he's corrupt, but he's a very God fearing man. God fearing thieves. Nigeria.
Who thief may be God fearing man?
I never hear that before in my life, except in Nigeria.
For you to be a thief, you don't have to have the
now you say you don't even fear God now. So how you could come be thief, come be God fearing thief. Now only for Nigerians' mouth. That's why they say my thief is better than your own. It's a terrible thing.
So my brother, make them hear me.
Did they hear you?
I they call all the whole Nigerian youths weaklings. This thing can never happen in other African countries. Even Togo, it no go happen.
No.
All Nigerian youths, listen to me. All of you are all weaklings. Because you cannot be telling me that somebody will be eating your birthright and at the same time you're hailing the person, calling the person Baba, the toilet for the person. Nothing will happen. Let me talk. They talk here. My name is retired captain, naval captain Ogunofo. You don't rise up and come and tell and say, okay, I don't do the right thing. Sorry.
Okay. We're gonna go stop reminding them.
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
God bless you, Baba. I'll take another one then, all right? Thanks so much.
Okay, my brother.
You have a good
night. Greet the family.
I will, sir, and yours too. Thanks a lot. So I have another caller, but I'm going to tell my caller to kind of give me a sec. I say thank you to this, my super chatters. People are being generous to me tonight. Yomi Totu. God bless you for that. And same thing goes for the 23-24. I mean, it's been a while I heard from you too, so God bless you too. And I have a caller, which I suspect to be Sham. Is that you?
It's me.
You would never know how I got to know. It's because you haven't changed those that profile picture.
I haven't done the profile yet.
Oh, you got it. Now, the moment you change it, then I'll be confused. Then I'll be like that, trying to get the voice and all that. How are you doing tonight?
I'm thinking about changing it though.
Now I'm going to pay attention to the next one. Hopefully, I'll quickly pick it. How is it, ma'am, tonight or afternoon?
It's evening.
Is it
at the moment? It's yes, it is.
You have probably been watching behind there for a while, so as usual, you have something for us, right?
I have something for us, but I just want to the Temple of Truth to indulge me today, because I want to not focus on what we've talked about, although it is still in the same vein of what you've been saying to us since February, I think.
Wow. I know.
It's been a while. It's been a while that you've been talking about this thing. Okay, so please just indulge me a little bit.
Please,
I'm sure everyone is fully aware about what's going on in the world today. Israel and Hamas and the war, the loss of lives, and all of that.
That's right.
Now, my question to the people in the temple is, do you remember when you've heard people being interviewed about their level of exposure? They talk about how they've traveled the world. They've been to all kinds of places in the world. And when they say, okay, these are the places I've been to in the world, no one mentions anywhere in Africa. Has it ever occurred to anyone? They rarely mention anywhere in Africa. The most will probably be South Africa, or maybe Egypt even, because even the Egyptians don't regard themselves.
So to some extent, Ghana, they do mention that. For some reason, when
they rarely do. Most often than not, what you get is have traveled around the world, when they list the places that they've traveled, they haven't been to a Black African country, right? I'm going somewhere with this,
Please.
right? Now, we are a people easily disregarded, easily dismissed, easily set aside, inconsequential most of the time. Now, our airwaves, news, everything is dominated by Israel, Hamas, the war in Israel, the war in Hamas. They have about 2,000, at least 2,600 people dead total from both sides, Palestine and Israel.
That's right.
But my people, how many of our people are dead? How many of our own Nigerians are dead? Since the inception of this demonstration of crazy,
24 years.
how many of our people have died, are still dying, will still die, right? Who talks about that? On the world scale, on the world stage, who talks about it? Which country has said, you know what, I went to church this morning.
Right.
I went to church this morning, and the prayers were for, in fact, everything was about Israel and Hamas. You know, everything was about Israel and Hamas. When Ukraine was on fire, everything was about Ukraine. But when Ukraine,
there was there were these pastors in Nigeria that were actually like asking their church members to pray for Ukraine. You remember that one? That time, yeah. Now,
okay.
Right now in Nigeria, the Muslims are asking people to pray for Hamas.
To pray for
the Christians are asking people to pray for Israel.
Pray for
and
Israel.
The humanity losses in both sides, I mean, cannot be compared to what is being lost in Nigeria every month.
Cannot be compared. Will never be compared to what is going on a daily basis in Nigeria.
Exactly.
People that are being killed in Nigeria. Listen, Marigo, I'm going somewhere, and I want the people in the temple to please listen to me. These people don't care about us. They do not care about Black people in any way, shape, or form. We are a disregarded people. And when we start to understand that our battle is not just against the likes of Tinubu, it is about how the world views Black people in general. Do you understand? How our issues are not front and center because we do not matter. No one can say to me that they are not aware of the atrocities that Western nations commit in our continent on a daily basis, but no church talks on it. Nobody speaks on it because it's easier to label the Black man as unintelligent and ungovernable. That is why they are the way they are. But the truth is that is a blatant lie.
It is.
Because I'm 100% sure that each and every one of us who has a family understands basic economics. I need money. I need to take care of my family. I need to send my kids to school. I need to ensure that they have their needs, not their wants, but their needs. If I can provide wants, I will provide wants, but they have their basic needs. Right? I need to set aside something for my old age, retirement, savings, this and that. So nobody tell me, just like every individual on this earth, right? But the problem is that we are saddled with people, with criminals who are in cahoots, and I don't care, who are in cahoots with people who would rather see this nation just the way it is because it benefits them. Right? Now, if you people remember, they have the field Negroes, they had the house Negroes, and then they had now the house Negroes, right? Most often than not, were helped the slave owners to control the field Negroes.
That's right.
What we are the field Negroes. Because even when we come here, right, we're already looked at as less than. We have to prove ourselves. Our children will have to prove themselves, regardless of, their abilities. Why am I saddled with those? Why do they need to prove themselves? The only person they need to be proving themselves to is the God who gave them the potential and themselves, not even me as a parent. I don't burden my kids with that. They need to make themselves proud. They need to glorify their God with their potential. That's what I train them. Okay. But now, as a Black person, you're saddled with how they look at you, how they already view you. Do you understand?
I think
You
that
have
still
to deal
boils
with
down
that.
to terrible leadership that
Absolutely.
that outrightly depreciates our value and make the world see
Exactly. But
us
that's
as
the
of
point.
less value, unfortunately.
That is the point. That is where I'm driving at. So when we see, and that's why I understand the sentiments around, let us break up as a country. But I still believe what Dele Fawasinu said, right? You need to be free and feel free, and then you can decide whether or not you can come together as one country, or you want to go your separate ways. And if you're going to stay together as one country, you are doing so because you buy in. There is a reason why you are doing it together. It is a collective, decision that this is where we want to go. An agreement, and we decide how we govern one another, how we govern one another, how we manage those resources. Do you understand? Because as it is now, let us understand that we are the field Negroes. These criminals are the house
country.
Yes, we in our own supposed country. And if we do not get rid of these house Negroes who don't understand that at the end of the day, they are still Negroes.
They are still.
Okay? They are still Negroes. Listen, anyone that thinks, okay, I don't want to die, let me tell you, you're already dead.
They have no idea.
Are already dead. And when you look at all the history of revolutions by those field Negroes, because they did revolt, and like you're saying, they will revolt at some point. I just wish that the revolution would be today, because we need it to be now. This place, Marigo, I know you're having this place is not for us. Where we need to be is in our continent, developing our continent, pouring our potential and our resources in our own continent. Exactly, for our own people.
Sham, something is that a lot of us who had the dream of what we wanted Nigeria to be, or should we say our immediate environment to be, wherever we came from at the time, those dreams are, they are fast fading away these days when a lot of you have been so successful abroad. Now, the dream of you going back to reinvest back into that or give back to that community or that state or that country and help take people out of poverty and every other thing that is being inflicted on the country. Now, that dream that a lot of people had when they were leaving Nigeria, they've achieved all they wanted to achieve abroad right now. The only thing that is left is that they can no longer go back to that Nigeria, because that Nigeria is not different from that Nigeria they had dream about. It's more divided, misruled, misgoverned, and in fact terrorized there today. So you are right. Until a lot of us begin to, see what is being taken from us, that, except we, like you said, except we deal with these criminals first, then I believe we probably have so much to lose.
Yes. We have, unless we see that, and and a lot of people are saying that, unless, and I've always said it, Mario, if you remember, Black Lives Matter only when it starts to matter to Black people.
Exactly.
Forget about the others. And I am not looking for validation from anybody. I'm just telling you what the reality is. When you step here as a Black person, it doesn't matter whether or not you're looking for their validation. They already see you a certain way, but you want to prove yourself. But my point is that we don't have to be saddled with those. No. We need to go out there knowing that we can and we will and we do. Okay? But first of all, as it is in our country, right? Because they look at us and they say this continent is ungovernable. That is not true. We've just been saddled with the wrong. Exactly, they can't even govern themselves. So let us go and help them. Which the only help that they're giving is themselves, because they create the chaos here and take our natural resources whilst we're there fighting each other about imaginary things. And dare I say, right, because you've talked a lot about religion, I feel like if we ever reconstitute the constitution, we need to put religion. Religion is your own. That is your business.
Like take it
However, you
completely
decide
out
to
of governance, like take it out of it
take it out,
totally.
take it out of governance totally. Your religion is your own. I believe in God. Yes, I believe, and the rest of my family and my friends, I will evangelize the way I can.
Yes.
But for governance, you need to take it out of governance because it is divisive at this point in time until the people mature enough to understand that your religion is your own. It has nothing to do with the next person. Anyway, that is something that touched my heart today.
No, it's
because
thought-provoking. Go on, ma'am.
Once we're in church, right?
Yes.
They prayed for what they call, prayed for Israel. They sang the Israeli national anthem in church, right? And you're saying that you have Christians who are Palestinians who are Christians. How are they supposed to feel? So there's I just feel like at the bottom line is, even if all of this is going on, our issues are not front and center. They don't care about us. They do not care about our ideologies. They don't care about our philosophies. They want to voice whatever they want to voice on us because they feel they are progressive. We need to stand up for ourselves. And the only way we can is to get rid of this backward
criminals. You're so right. You know something also, Charm, right? You know something, ma'am, right? You remember this scenario about America, France doing their gra-gra with the Niger Republic, yeah? And then we were waiting, they're going to probably start something like counter-coup, or they're going to stage some revolution, or whatever, all those things that a lot of people imagined at the time. The Nigerians stood their ground, right? And France finally announced that, okay, they were leaving, and they were leaving them with their resources. American government had to issue a statement a few days ago to say they have now recognized the junta in Niger, which means, listen, if all of us realizes that our destiny is in our own hands, blame these West less, and face these criminals once and for all, if we go after these rogues one day, don't think America is going to come and protect these criminals, or UK is going to begin to defend them. They will stay away. When you finish dealing with them, whoever is in charge, they will come back and say, well done, we support your idea. And that means if we don't do it ourselves, nobody is coming to do it, Sham. Nigerians are pretty much free now. Like pretty much.
Well, we hope so, because you know that what the reliance that France has on Niger is monumental. They're not going to let them go that easily.
They have to let them go now. That's the surprise. That's what I'm trying to make up for you, that they won a diplomatic war here, right? France thought they could cajole West African to invade Niger. That didn't work. They decided to use American what have you to give them back so that they could use all their 3,000 soldiers in that axis, right, to invade Niger. That didn't fly as well, right? Now, at the end of the day, they said, okay, you know what? We are going to leave your country. So they had to leave Niger. Now, they have no access to all of their resources anymore. Yeah, even though all of those stolen whatever from Niger, they are still in French bank. They haven't cleared the return of that. But as today, anything when Niger wants sell now them they be the negotiator themselves, something they've never had for over 60 years. So the bottom line is that when we thought that they will fight back and crush them, and those people stood their ground and ready to die, look at how all of that ended up having to work in their favor. The only condition they are giving them now is that shall try and go back to democracy soon. Okay? There's not going to be any invasion. There's not going to be this or that. But that's a win for them. Something that used to be a dream. Sure, you know. So the point here now is that if one day we decided to go after these rogues, I can tell people that America no go save them. UK no go save them. All these people that you are thinking they are their friends, they won't save them. But we need to sum up that courage to be willing to go after them. Until then, they're going to do business with them. Sham.
Well, you know what? Like I said, this is something that touched me deeply. And what
about it. I'm glad.
What I just realized is that this is not just even a battle for the soul of the country. It's even a battle bigger than ours. And I feel like the way Nigeria plays a pivotal role in how we move. Because if a Black African country like Nigeria can get it right, it starts to, how will I put it? it has a domino effect in the rest. And there are a lot of people in Central Africa who are talking about uniting Africa as well. I know that we're still a long way from that. We need to solve this problem right now, this problem of these criminals that we have in power. Then,
thank you so much.
deciding what we're going to do. Sorry to be ranting, but I just felt that.
No, you're not.
The people
you shouldn't be sorry on that, okay? One thing is that when we strike something like to start a conversation, okay, you have no idea a lot of people that probably have the same thought like you, and the moment you begin to talk about it, that is you bringing them into something that they probably wishes that pops up. So I don't write off anyone's opinion when it comes to this, because it makes it more widened and kind of elaborative, and you'll be surprised a lot of people that will pick the line as well from where you are stopping. But thank you, Shima.
Thank you, Mike.
Cham, rather, I said Chima. Thanks a lot. Okay,
take care.
Enjoy the rest. I'm going to take one last call. Yeah, and I'm going to call it a night. Remember, you can still like my video. Okay, you still like this broadcast. You're not going to see my face for the next 5 days. You better look at it very well today. Like, capture it very well. You're going to miss the face. However, my last caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Brother Mayegun. This is Beatrice, London.
Oh, dear, ma'am. Lady Beatrice. Good enough that you are also able to get on, ma'am, tonight. How are you?
I'm really enjoying everything. I was not there yesterday, but I watched it today.
Did you? Okay.
And it's wonderful, the messages you are trying to put out there.
Thank you, ma'am.
But one thing I found out concerning our country,
yes, ma'am,
we must find a way to unite the country, to unite the youth, because the youth, the type of hate they have that is planted in them is horrible. And these people that are destroying the country, they are very happy that we are not united. If we can manage to unite from these messages you are sending, like the guy who spoke about you using different languages.
Yeah.
I was even going to suggest that perhaps he could be like translator for you as you're talking. It's also like, maybe, I don't know how it's going to work out, to speak it in Hausa, and maybe there'll be somebody to stretch it out in Yoruba and so on.
Yeah.
Because we grew, I am a born and bred in Lagos daughter. And I don't see any difference between Yoruba and Igbo. All my in-laws are Yorubas. I have 3 daughters. 2 are married to Yorubas.
Oh, bless you, ma'am.
And they are very happy with their partners. So I don't know what it is. And if you come to the Obi issue and all these issues, it's not a Yoruba Igbo issue.
We keep trying
Obi
to tell
is only trying. The other Yoruba guy, younger than Obi, what is his? Showore, or is it?
Yeah, Moyele Showore.
Yeah, I listened to him the other day. This guy has also points. He just wants Nigeria to be good. So, and there's no need. We're trying to destroy ourselves using the mechanisms of these people in power. There has to be a way.
Rhetorics.
Yes, there has to be a way to tell our children, will you stop that? The Igbo man or Yoruba man or Hausa man is not your problem.
No.
Our problems are not us. Our problems are the people in power.
That's right.
And they are doing it like divide and rule.
Who have developed the art of divide and rule.
Yes,
not for the growth of Nigeria, but to keep Nigeria stagnant and Nigerians divided. Look at us.
The same system America used to divide the Indians. The Indians, Pakistan, all these people around there, they are not friends. But before the UK people came there, they were friends. They were brothers and sisters.
They were same.
And if you come to Nigeria, when they said you discovered us, how did they discover? They came to heaven to bring Nigeria onto the earth.
I wonder.
So all these things, we have to find a way to educate our people to stop this hate within us. This hate is what these idiots, if you allow me to use that word.
You're so welcome, ma'am. Go on.
But these people. This is what they are using to move forward and to carry all our money overseas. They bank them, some of them in the house. You saw recently last year how container loads of money, we are converting money.
I know.
Whereas from state governors, not from President Buhari, from state governors. But all the state governors are equally criminal.
You know, owing salaries, owing workers, unpaid contractors. I mean,
and you keep the money in your house. And then the money got congealed and rotten. A particular man went to the warehouse to go and clean the place and count the money.
And it was already destroyed.
Yeah, he took pictures and put it on the net.
I saw it.
He said, look at, he just said, look at when people are hungry, look at what money is doing. We have to find a way to punish these people. These governors that that store the money in their houses, nobody is talking about them.
No.
Nobody. They are even worse than the ones in Aso Rock.
You know?
Because the Aso Rock release money to them, and they don't do anything with the money.
They just share it.
They share it within them. And then Aso Rock is sharing their own, sending over.
So there's nobody checking on anybody. So it's a free for all. And at the end of the day, the people are the victims of it all. It's so unfortunate. It's so sad.
Instead of the youths from every angle of Nigeria to be against these people, we are fighting against each other.
I know.
What have I done to you because I'm Igbo? What have you done to me because you're Yoruba?
Because I'm a Yoruba.
I lived together with Yorubas in the building where we lived in Lagos. When I was going to work, I left my medical card on the television. My door was never closed. I mean, was never locked. I used to have a house help or two. But in case of any emergency, my neighbors will come. My son drank bleach when he was little.
Oh.
He's 45 now, going to 46.
Bless him.
He drank bleach. I was at work.
Oh dear.
So the girl in the house couldn't help. My son his tongue was coming out. He was shouting. This girl didn't know how to. He just went out shouting. My neighbors, left and right, are Yorubas.
All came together.
They came together, carried this boy, took him to a hospital called Mount Sinai Hospital at Ebute Metta. Stayed there, took care of the boy. Then one of them came home. And I was heavily pregnant at the time.
Oh, no, bless you.
Yeah, then I was downstairs. The issue where I used to call on my baby, that mommy is home. Mommy is home. But that woman was up. He said, come up, come up. When I got upstairs, he said, your baby is in the hospital. Tell me, if these women, if we were divided.
Yeah, if it is today's time that everybody is just so interested in hating one another, it could have been a different story.
That boy would have died. They came and supported without me there. They cared for my baby the same way I care for their own children. So these people in Aso Rock.
What happened to us, ma? In your own way, if you look at it, like what happened? When? Like what happened to us?
Aso Rocking idiots and the governors. They are the one that is messing up the society. So we people should not bank on whatever they are doing, even if you are benefiting from it. Shouldn't be the yardstick to be hating somebody who didn't do you anything. My son-in-law, two son-in-laws I have, they are very lovely son-in-laws. They are Yorubas. They love me and they respect me. Even the third one now want to marry. My last boy want to marry. He also wants to marry a Yoruba.
See?
But the time they wanted to marry during that problem election, I said, please, now that they are saying they want to kill all Yorubas, let us all Igbos, let us wait until this thing comes down.
And there are so many families that actually had to rethink of a lot of things about their own relationship because of this election stuff.
I was born and bred in Lagos. Lagos is in fact, my first home. I grew in Yoruba land. Ofa. Some of us grew in Ofa, Kwara State, because my father was a railway man.
Oh, bless you.
You understand me? So why should we allow these idiots over there to destroy us? We should be able to begin to talk together as Mayegu is doing. As Mayegu is doing, and there's one other person too doing it. Come come together and say, no, leave that people alone. They didn't do you anything.
No.
This guy in America, this lawyer, what's his name? That lawyer who said they should come and take him to court.
Oh, I haven't picked up that yet, but yeah, okay.
They should, I've forgotten his name just now. They should take me to court. These people are this, that man is a criminal.
Oh, you mean Dele Farotimi?
Dele Farotimi.
Oh, he's actually, yeah, I mean, he's there with them in Lagos, so strong man.
He's back now. I thought he was in America.
He was, but you know, it was like he kept going here and there anyway. But he was in America sometimes in July, I think, July, August. He's there with them in Lagos, so.
Yeah, I'm not hiding from them. They should come and arrest me.
Exactly.
This is how we should behave, because he's trying to save Nigeria for all of us. Imagine when there's trouble in Israel, they all come together to fight for their country.
They do.
Even the Palestinians that are trying to get their freedom, they are also fighting together.
They are also fighting. And if you see both of them, they will tell you, we are fighting for our freedom. We are fighting for what we believe in. What are the Nigerians fighting for?
Only Nigerians who are just there to enslave us, to destroy us. Are you getting me?
I do, man. Thank you so much.
Money to. Nobody takes money to the grave.
Nobody.
Please
nobody.
help me.
Vanity. You are right. We will keep doing it, and we should do it more. By ensuring the message gets to those who really need to get them by all means.
Love among us. It is not the Igbo man that is troubling you.
No.
Even if the whole Igbo during the war, they still came back with 20. Is it 20 naira or
20 pounds? Oh, they gave them 20 pounds, which is pretty much like 20 naira.
They survived. I met the hardship.
They built from that. They rebuilt from that, and yet, Nigeria has still not learned anything from that.
My father carried us 8 children into the bush. We are suffering inside the bush. War is not good.
It's not.
And punishing us now is not Britain. It's not America. No. It is our own people in government. America has left us. If anything is happening now between America and Nigeria, it is the foolishness of our presidents, our leaders. If you come to my house now and knock my door and say you want to carry my couch, I will ask you, what do you want to do with it?
Exactly.
You cannot just come and take the only couch I have and take it.
And then you tell me to keep quiet and say, "Day."
Tell me to keep quiet because he says, no.
It doesn't work that way. No.
If now Niger has succeeded in pushing away France from their country.
At least they won that diplomatic war. People didn't know. People do actually see. Nigerians sometimes don't have a clue what just happened in Niger. But maybe if those who are in charge of Niger today, if they will be magnanimous enough to consolidate such to the benefit of the Niger people in a few years' time, maybe Nigerians will appreciate what just happened in Niger. But it's Africa, you can't put your money on it. Those ones too, they go do something that will eventually make us feel like, what's the difference?
Yeah, he wants to go and fight Niger, but he cannot fight himself out of his own troubles.
You know?
Yeah? My brother.
Thank you, ma'am.
You are doing so well, and I wish I can talk more, but I have
you have talked a lot. You know, I have spoken for some time, and when somebody like yourself and all the callers call in, right, and they bring their own perspective to the conversation, that is the icing on the cake. A lot of people love this part. Yeah?
We need to unite.
We need to. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate this, and as always, right, thank you so much for stopping by, ma'am. Okay, you have a good night over there.
Bye.
Our lady. Bye. Lady Beatrice. Sure, this is where we are going to draw the curtains. Yesterday, I appealed to you, my friends, that we intend, to pull our resources together and get Mr. Lukman's brother that bike that we promised him last month. Okay. We figured it out that before things get completely out of hand, before we will have to pay 2 million naira for a bike, as the inflation of Nigeria is currently going, I still want to count on you to make this happen for him. Okay, this month possibly. We are looking for 800,000 naira, Nigerian naira, or 750 pounds. 750 pounds. or $800 or 1,000 Canadian dollars, or sorry, is that 1,000 Canadian dollars or 900 Canadian dollars? It's all messy right now. But somebody reacted to my appeal yesterday and they gave us 30 pounds. Thank you very much. If you're watching me, I got your money. I got your donation. Okay. So I'm looking forward to all of you who really want to be part of it too. Okay. Please make it happen. Maybe I can buy it for him by Friday when I come back from my own vacation. But until then, I'm going to say goodbye to all of us in the Temple of Truth. The next 5 days is going to be without my face, like you have it right now, not our studio like and all that. But I promise you one thing, okay? If I have to make sure that I address you based on anything so kind of important that just happened, I will do that. But apart from that, I encourage you to keep yourselves sort of, occupied with all of the messages of Mayegun's Diary Political on this platform. You can also look out for this replay of this video tomorrow. But apart from that, I want to say, please keep it together. Don't lose your focus. Don't lose your gained sort of information and then open mind. All the things that you have learned over the time. This is going to be the first time we're going to have a long break that you won't see my face. I'm going to be with you. Trust me, I'm going to be with you. So thank you so much for everything. And I will see you some other time. Until then, stay safe and don't leave without dropping your offering. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary Political.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.